you know, yeah, hear that? That's going backwards. I don't know what that's about, and the brake is off. So it does seem like there's drag on it, but watch. Put the brake on. It ain't really holding. I mean, I'm using a little force, but hey, John here again. So I got this Toro Z Master. Kind of looks like an X Marks. I mean, it's almost identical, except it's a Toro. And I don't know what that deck is. Big giant thing, probably 72, 76, something like that. But so I got this dropped off by a regular customer of mine. Some landscaper dude. He don't really take care of nothing. I don't know why it doesn't have a seat on it. But it's also got a dead battery, so I'm charging it. But he wants me to fix the parking brake so the thing doesn't wander off. I don't know, something wrong with it. But so I don't even know if there's going to be a video. I mean, anyways, let me get in the garage and see what kind of trouble. Well, I don't know. The wheel is off, and it seems to me the brake, like there's still pad there. I think that's pad. It's kind of weird. So rotating it forward, yeah, it is dragging. So maybe, I don't know, going backwards, it wants to grab it backwards. So I don't know if this just needs to be cleaned up, lubed up, or something. I don't know. Something's goofy. Of course, it's probably knowing this guy. That's a Zerk fitting. It probably has not had grease since day one when it left the factory. So I have a feeling I am going to take this mechanism apart, see what's doing. I got to blow this crap out of here, but it's probably just not rotating on this, you know, this shaft. See, if I take this brake up and down, I bet you, well, it's not going to bet anything, but because I'm just figuring this out. Now it does look like it's rotating, so that's all the way clamped. Brake is on. Let's see if I can move this. I can't move it by hand, but when the wheel was on there, I could move it. So it does need an adjustment. But I'm wondering if this pin here, that looks like it's probably seized. Although I don't know. Don't know why it's got this squeak going backwards. Alright, so I'm going to take a couple things apart, see if I can see a little bit better what's going on. And oddly enough, I mean, this brake mechanism, it's working pretty good. I didn't, you know, I should use my hand. I didn't grease it yet. I didn't do anything yet. I just took it apart, and even these bushings, they kind of just fell out. I thought maybe one would be seized up, but so there's 3 bushings. There's 3 bolts. Nothing really looks, so the battery went kapoop again, but alright, let me do this again. So lubing up, that ain't gonna hurt, you know. That's why there's a Zerk fitting. Keep it greased, but it did not do the trick as far as, you know, an adjustment, obviously. So there's a few adjustments. This rod, you see that spring, how there's some, it looks like a spring anyways. So here's my theory. I think somebody loosened that jam nut and cranked that all the way down. This thing was completely collapsed, and it probably got him a little bit of life on the brake. But parts wear out, and here's what I think was going on. So, so this mechanism here, this linkage from the brake, the hand brake, the linkage to the bar that goes across that operates both brakes. I took that all apart with, you know, you just unclip this, and this fella comes out of there. If you notice, this one is fine. There's a little bit of a gouge here. Whoop, where am I at? There's a little bit of a gouge. You probably can't see it. Some of the other pins had a bigger gouge, so that's probably why things got out of whack. That's my guess. But anyways, so I loosened all these up, and adjusted it to, let me put that back in there, adjusted it so, I'm not going to clip everything in yet. So now when you hit the brake, everything moves instantly. There was play before, so right now, as soon as, I don't know if I can get them both in a shot, as soon as I hit that, you know, touch that brake, you can see the bottom one, you know, it moves instantly. So that's why I set that, I loosen the jam nut and turn that, you know, you got to unhook that and turn the buckle. So once that was set, then I went over here, again, I loosened that up. The other side looks like this. This side was compressed. I have a feeling somebody just tightened it, it gave them a little bit of life on the brake, and then things loosened up again over time. But so I jacked that back out to where the other side was because it didn't look like it was disturbed, but so they're both the same. So then I took this side, unclipped it, and did my adjustment. Did the adjustment on the other side. The other side is good to go, so I'm going to do this on this side. So I just wanted to show you a couple things that what I did when I found, and I think this is going to do the trick. So whether you lube it up or not, that's up to you. It can't hurt, but I think this is how you would do the adjustment. I'm not even sure if you need to mess with the bar up there. So loosening this jam nut right there, and then taking this pin out. Let me get in there. Let me get in there and show you. Well, anyways, you take that pin out just like the other one, and do some turns. And I'm going to do this. So right now, here's where I'm at. See the whoop, let me put the brake on. So the brake is on right now, and it's pretty decent. But see, I can turn it kind of with relative ease. Oop. Yeah. All right, that's you know, I don't know how much force I'm putting on there, but I'm turning it with just, you know, this pry bar. So taking this back off, here's what I found. I did the other side, and the other side is locked up tight. I don't know if you can see that. Take that pin out. You see now everything's loosey-goosey, and all these jam nuts are done, or loose. So you want to shorten this, obviously, make it shorter so it pulls harder. So right now the brake is off, and basically just put this pin in. There's really no pressure there. I mean, this spring here, I don't know why they jacked that in. I don't even think this is an adjustment. I mean, I could be wrong, but anyways, that's where I made the adjustment up here. Of course, this jam nut needs to be tightened, but so right now the brake is off, and no problem, no noise, no problem. You can see how much gap there is. This brake is loose. Let's throw the brake on. So right now the brake is on. Yeah, I'm putting as much. Yeah, there's no way that's moving. So yeah, that ain't going nowhere. So that's all you got to do really, is adjust this rod here. This rod, it seems to be the one that makes the adjustment. Why this spring was collapsed, I have no idea. And it's possible that even if I didn't back this spring out, you know, just messing with this, maybe I would have run out of thread or something because this needed to be backed up. I don't know. That's where I'm at with that. I did loosen these jam nuts on this main rod, and I did play with that just to take up, like I said, take up that gap. There was a little bit of gap when you would try to, just to recap, I don't know what I'm looking at. When you tried to originally put the brake on, there was a bit of play in there. So right now, as soon as you touch this, everything moves. So it took the play out. Then I went to these fellas here and adjusted it, and I don't know if you can see, there's a gap in this brake shoe now. So I don't expect anything to be squealing or anything, but let me put these wheels back on and see if this puppy works. So I put the tires back on. I mean, it seems to me this is a super easy fix. I don't know what the problem is really, but it did, when it came in, like I said, it had you know, no brakes. Well, it had brakes. You put the brake on and it wouldn't really hold. You know, on a trailer, it would like slide around. And when you reversed, or you know, when I drove this thing and it was squeaking. So right now the brake is off, and there's no resistance as far as, I got the pumps, you know, the drive pumps cracked open, so I'm able to spin the wheel here. And that noise you hear is just, it's not the brake, but if there is a little drag, there's that. But before it was squeaking, you really had to use some force. So now putting the brake on, it's really easy. That's it. And you can't move this. I mean, there's no way. No way.